Is Neevo a great platform to join if you want to get paid to shape the future and help contribute to a smarter artificial intelligence world as it claims here on the front page, or is it a complete waste of time? My name is Michael from paidfromservice.com, and in this Neevo review I will give you an inside look and I will explain exactly what you can expect, how much effort you have to put in, and what you can expect to earn, so you can easily find out if it's the right option for you or not. If this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I release a video with tips and tricks about how to make side cash online. Before I log into Neevo and show you around, I just want to explain a little bit more about what type of tasks you can find here. It is artificial intelligence that needs to be trained, so companies that are working with this, they have different tasks they need humans to help with to train the artificial intelligence. You can see some examples here of annotating text, or you can tag images, or you can, for example, transform text into audio. And small tasks like that will help this artificial intelligence, and you can get paid for participating in this. So if you think this sounds interesting, then Neevo might be interesting for you. So let's now take an inside look so you can see exactly how it works. I have now logged into Neevo, and you can see up in the URL it also says define crowd, because that is also what is known as sometimes, but just to make it shorter, instead of call it define crowd, I will call it Neevo here, because that is one of the main names they are using here. So when you're inside, you can immediately see if there are any jobs available you can apply for. As you can see, right now there are no jobs available for me, and there are some things you can do to get a chance to get more tasks. But overall, this is definitely one of the challenges of Neevo, that there are not always tasks you can find, and it will depend where in the world you live. So in some countries it can definitely take some patience to find tasks here. But let's go over what you can do to improve your chances of getting tasks in here. There is a section called skills and badges, and this is where you can take different tests, and the more tests you pass, the more tasks you will potentially get access to. And first you have to go into your profile and add the languages you speak, and you can add up to 4 languages, and then you can say if it's like non-native or if it's native, and then you need to take some tests, and if you pass them you will get access to more tasks that involve those languages. You can see in English I have, for example, passed the reading test, but I didn't pass the listening test, and this is a little bit strange, and this is what you need to be aware of, because I myself think I am pretty good at English. I have lived in the US, in Canada, and in the UK, and I have studied English at the university, and I actually did not pass this listening test, and it took me half an hour almost to go through it. It was a little bit strange because it suddenly skipped some things. I think there was a technical error. That's what happens. But in general, I had to choose if it was a US accent or if it was not. And some of them was very clear and some of them was a little bit weird. And then for some reason, I did not choose enough that was right. It did not tell me how many I needed to have correct to be able to pass. So I actually don't know, and I didn't know which ones I missed and which one was correct and all that. That's just how it is. It's a little bit frustrating. And I also think it's, of course, a strange test when you look at the types of tasks I showed you earlier, that deciding this would define whether I should get access or not. But that is, of course, that is their system. That's how it is, and you have to accept that. But what you need to be aware of, also the written test, I did pass, and it also took me like 20 minutes or so. But you do not get paid for taking these tests. This is time you need to invest to potentially get access to tasks. But you can see, even though I passed this one and spent 20-30 minutes passing it, I still do not have any available jobs, and I actually haven't had any available jobs for more than a month. You are able to retake the tests. If you fail, you're able to retake them once, I think it is. So you do have an extra chance, but then of course you need to invest that extra time. So this is something to consider. You need to be able to go in here, select languages. You can choose between more or less all languages, and then you can take tests here for some of them, and if you're lucky that there are tasks that include those languages, then you will get access to them. But you need to go here first. You need to go to your profile, choose the languages, and then you need to go here and pass the tests, and then potentially you will get access to the jobs. But how much will you then get paid if you get access to these tasks? That is, of course, also very important to know, so let's get to that next. So I found some examples of tasks you could, for example, could do here. And here you can see you would get 3 cents per task or 1 cent per task. And often these projects run for a certain time period. So it's not until after that period finishes that you will get paid, usually around 2 weeks after the project finishes. So even if you complete your task at the beginning of the period the project runs for, then you have to wait until that period ends. So if you take at the beginning and the project ends, let's say for 3 weeks, you have to wait at the end of those 3 weeks and then another 2 weeks to get paid. Usually you have to complete a certain number of tasks to be able to get paid. So it's not that I can just choose this task and then get 3 cents per task and do 2 or 3 and then stop and then get that paid. You need to first click and make sure how many tasks you need to complete to get paid. As you can see, the pay per task is not very high, but of course it also does not take long to complete each task. These ones like tagging images and annotate text and all that as I showed earlier. But of course it can be a little bit tedious to sit and do, and you do need to complete quite a lot of tasks to earn any real money here. And what you also need to consider is the time you need to put into first qualifying, meaning passing these tests to get access to them. And there is no guarantee that you will then get access to jobs. There are not always jobs here. So in that sense, the earning potential is a little bit limited compared to, for example, get paid to sites where you can find earning methods every day. But if you find these jobs interesting, it can be fun and it can be an interesting extra site to join. But it definitely will take some patience, and you need to make sure to choose the languages you are really good at, and you need to be willing to invest some time into passing these tests. But let's also go over how you can then get your money out once you have earned, so you can see if that is beneficial for you or not. So one thing I like about Neevo is that there is not as such a payout threshold. Once the project has completed, you just have to wait for everything to be confirmed and then you will get paid. At the moment of recording this review, you can only get paid through PayPal, as you can see they mention here. But they are also working on adding another payout methods or several other payout methods. So maybe by the time you see this one, they have added that. But PayPal is also a great payout methods, and personally I am a big fan of using that for the platforms where I earn some side cash, because it's a very convenient way to get your earnings. You just need to make sure that you have a verified PayPal account inside Neevo. When you have joined, you have to go to the account settings and verify that you have this PayPal account, and then you will be able to get paid. So definitely a convenient payout method that is a big plus of Neevo in my opinion. So overall, Neevo is an interesting platform if you would like to take these tasks and help train artificial intelligence. But it will take some patience. First of all, you need to be willing to spend quite some time qualifying for the tasks, and even when you have passed the test, there is no guarantee that there will be any projects available, and sometimes there can be weeks or even months in between available jobs. So it's not something you should count on as something you can earn on regularly, but as a bit extra, if you find these tasks interesting, it can be worth checking out if you're patient enough. If you want to know more details about Neevo, or if you want to see alternative platforms where you will definitely have tasks more or less every day, I have more information on my website paidfromservice.com. I will leave a link to that below this video, so check that out. And also make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I release a video with tips and tricks about how to make some extra side cash online.